What is that? What is that, bro? Morning everyone, this is Sep from Piston.my. I'm here on a lovely Saturday morning at the Sepang International Circuit for something a bit irrational. So Porsche Malaysia has just launched their latest 718 Cayman, and today we are having a go at the Cayman GT4. So you want to know how the car looks like? This is the car. Alright, first and foremost, the 2020 Porsche 718 Cayman GT is arguably the best looking modern Porsches ever in my opinion. I think better than the 911 Carrera 4S. So it's perfectly proportionate, very sporty looking, aggressive from front to back. You know, especially the front design front lip, this huge rear wing, and the new diffuser right under, which match perfectly with the dual exhaust. So if you're in the market for a top-end Cayman, this is what you'll get. Car with stunning look and functions absolutely perfect. So compared to the previous gen, this setup offers 50% more downforce without affecting drag. So in other words, it's easier to go faster and it's a heck of a lot more fun. Super fun. Super fun. Okay, so let's talk about the second thing that we like about the Cayman GT4. The engine. Obviously, you can't see the engine hidden within all of that. So what you will have is a 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 engine producing around 420 horsepower and about 420 Newton meters of torque. So compared to the previous gen, this car produces 35 horsepower more and it revs up to astonishing 8,000 RPM. So compared to the 911 Carrera, which has a 3-liter turbocharged flat 6, right? This has a little bit less horsepower, but it is all usable. So we're talking 0 to 100 in 4.4 seconds and a top speed of 304 kilometers an hour. So another good thing about this engine, even though it's a 4-liter non-turbo engine, flat 6, if you are worried about fuel consumption, do not worry, as it comes with adaptive cylinder control. What that means is that if you are driving on a daily basis, you're driving slow under low pressure or low load, it has the ability to shut off 1 or 2 cylinders to ensure that your fuel consumption is at a high range. So your fuel consumption is better when you're driving slow, but if you need to go fast, if you are an avid weekend warrior, if you are a track day junkie, then you will have all the power on tap, which is really cool. Okay, so we are inside the 2020 Cayman GT4, and what you will have is this, a 6-speed manual transmission. It's been a while since I've driven anything manual. I've ridden a lot of bikes, but not a manual car, especially not in the circuit. But Porsche Malaysia has ensured that there's nothing to worry about. So for those who are track day junkies, you like to drive a lot during the weekend, this is what you want. So you will have better connection with the car, better feel on the road, and you don't have to mess around with any of the pedal shifters because it only comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. That is right. So for those who have little experience in driving sports cars, driving fast, especially downshifting, might be an issue, especially when it comes to driving smoothly. Not with this. What I like about the 6-speed transmission is that it comes with this. If you can see, it says auto blip. So what that does is that it revs up the RPM when you downshift, so you don't have to mess with the clutch or make sure the RPM is high, so you don't have to heel and toe all the bloody time. So this is good. Even with inexperienced drivers, with this function you can downshift smoothly and get ready to enter every corner without any problems whatsoever. So it's a bloody good car for beginners and experienced drivers as well. So for experienced drivers, if you feel like you need to do all the heel and toe thing, you don't have to turn on the auto blip. But trust me, this is a heaven sent. Very good job from Porsche when it comes to the auto blip. So before we even begin any driving at the Sepang International Circuit, I would like to point out another thing that I like about the Cayman GT4, which is the setup of the center console. So it is a very driver-oriented car, and everything is within arm's reach. You don't have to mess around with the onboard controls. All you need to drive better and to drive fun are these buttons here. So I mentioned the auto blip, which revs up the RPM every time you downshift. You also have the sport suspension. You can also turn off the stability control or the traction control if you are an expert, or if you are a very experienced driver. And another thing that I like is the sport exhaust. So driving around normally, you don't want to make a lot of hassle, you don't want to make a lot of noise, you don't want your neighbors to complain to you, you can turn this off. But if you want to have loads of fun in your driving experience, turn this on and everything becomes alive. So it's very neat. There's no excessive buttons at the center console, nothing on the steering wheel. It is a very driver-oriented car. Very, very nice, very sleek, very modern. Not too much, not too little. So the next thing that I've talked about is the driving experience. This is one of the best things or the best cars that you can drive when it comes to the ultimate driving experience, where everything, and I mean everything, every single power, every torque, every gear shift is usable. So my only, I think, major experience when it comes to driving Porsches was last year when I got the opportunity to drive the new 911, and that was one lap, and it was a left-hand drive car. So I was way focused on not crashing and getting used to driving left-hand side, but this is just it's just too good for words. The 4-liter flat 6 sounds great, performs supremely well. And at first I was worried about driving the stick shift, driving manual, but the instructor assured me that it's not as difficult as you would think. It took me a few laps to get used to it. The instructor told me to try without the auto blip first, but as soon as he turned it on, it was magnificent. Really worth every single ringgit when you buy the new Cayman GT4. So the overall package, the design, the aerodynamics, the engine, the downforce that you get from this big ass wing, it is incredible. So you can throw it into the corners, you can punch it out of on the straights. Everything is just so good about this car. I was lost for words when I was driving it around Sepang. It is just that fun. Is it more fun than the 911 that I drove last year? I have to say that it is. It is more fun than the 911. The final thing that I love about the Cayman GT4 is that there are so many different ways for you to customize the car. So you have carbon fiber finishings, as you can see here. You have aluminium bits, performance parts, and many more. So if you are a track day enthusiast, I would suggest that you get the Sports Chrono package, which comes with the extra roll bar, the fire extinguisher, and apart from that, you can also get the carbon ceramic brakes, what else? The carbon seats. There's just so many things that you can do to make the car yours. So it starts off, the basic price starts at 999,000 ringgit. So that is just 1,000 ringgit short of a million ringgit. So if you add everything, so you have to pay a bit more. But as a whole, the Cayman GT feels exactly what you paid for. It's not overpowered, it's not overwhelming, it's just nice. You can drive it on a daily basis. There are storage front and back. But if you are a keen weekend warrior, if you are a track day junkie, this is basically one of the best cars that you can get if you have close to around a million ringgit. So if you would like to know more, just head over to our website at www.piston.my. I'll be explaining a bit more detail about my personal experience with the Cayman GT4. So see you in the next episode. Oh, one more thing that I like is the cup holder. Right. Yeah, see? Cup holders goes out and you can close it back, so it doesn't look out of place. Thanks. No worries. Okay, go ahead.